Good morning, friends. Now I will explain fluid pressure. Okay. Revising for the exam. Listen once again. Water power energy already completed. Next one is fluid pressure. Okay. First one, what is mean by pressure? What is mean by pressure? The amount of force acting on a one unit area of surface is called pressure. So pressure is indicated with the letter P. P equal to a force by area. Force by area. So we can write P equal to F by A. It is the pressure equation for the pressure. So from this relation, P equal to F by A, it is the equation for the pressure. From this relation, is P is directly proportional to applied force. Here pressure is directly proportional to the applied force. At the same time, pressure is inversely proportional to area of cross section. Listen once again. Pressure is directly proportional to applied force. At the same time, here pressure is inversely proportional to area of cross section. So here, for example, here force is constant. Force is constant. Okay. If force is constant, if area is decrease, if force is constant, if area is decreased, then pressure is increase. Then pressure is increased. At the same time, if force is constant, then area is increased, then pressure is decreased. It is the relation between area and pressure if force is constant. Now, if area is constant, A is constant, okay, then force is increased, pressure also increase. If force is increased, pressure also increase. At the same time, force is decreased, then pressure is decreased if area cross section is constant. Listen once again. Pressure equal to F by A. From this we can write P is means pressure is directly proportional to applied force F and inversely proportional to area cross section. If force is constant, if area is decreased, then pressure is increased. It is inversely proportional. Okay. Next, area is increased, then pressure is decreased. Now, if A is constant, if area cross section is constant, force is increased, pressure also increased. Next one, force is decreased, pressure also decreased. Pressure also decreased. Okay. Now, pressure it is the equation for the pressure in solids. It is the pressure equation for the solids. Okay. Pressure in solids depends on two factors. Pressure in solids depends on two factors. Okay, na? Pressure in solids depends on two factors. First one is force and the second one is area. So it is a pressure equation. Okay, next units. Pressure equal to force by area. So force is measured in newtons. Here area is measured in meter square. Newton per meter square. 1 Newton per meter square. Or Pascal. It is the SI unit of pressure. It is a SI unit of pressure. Now CS dyne per centimeter square. It is the unit of pressure in CGS system. CGS system. The SI unit of pressure is Newton per meter square, and the CGS unit of pressure is dyne per centimeter square. Dyne per centimeter square. Okay, next other units. The other units for pressure is bar, tar. These are the other units. One bar equal to one bar equal to 10 power 5 Newton per meter square, or one bar equal to 10 power 5 pascals. Bar also a unit of pressure. Okay, now relation between SI and CGS unit of pressure. So 1 Newton per meter square. 1 Newton per meter square equal to 1 Newton equal to how much here? 1 Newton equal to 10 power 5 dynes. Okay, 1 meter square equal to 10 power 4 centimeter square. Okay, so here 1 Newton per meter square means 1 Newton by meter square, that equal to 10 power 5 divided by 10 power 4 centimeter square, that equal to 10 power 5 minus 4 divided per centimeter square. Okay, that equal to 10 dyne per centimeter square. It is the 1 Newton per meter square. 1 Newton per meter square equal to 10 dyne per centimeter square, or 1 dyne per centimeter square equal to 1 by 10 Newton per meter square, that equal to 0.1 Newton per meter square. We can write 10 power minus 1 Newton per meter square. It is a 1 dyne per centimeter square value. Okay, it is a relation between SI and CGS unit of pressure. SI and CGS unit of pressure. Okay, bro. I will explain one problem. If force is given, if a force of 50 newtons acting on a area cross section is, for example, 2 meters square, then find pressure equal to how much? So for pressure equal to force by area. So 15 newtons by 2 meters square to 1 square to 25. So a P equal to 25 Newton per meter square. It is a SI unit of pressure. If this value change into CGS system, 1 Newton per meter square is equal to how much? 10 dyne per centimeter square. Okay. Therefore, a P equal to 25 into 10 dyne per centimeter square. That equal to 250 dyne per centimeter square. Okay, it is the pressure. It is a process to find the pressure in solids. Next one, fluids. Fluid means any substance which can flow. Any substance which can flow is called fluid. Okay, all liquids and gases on the examples for the fluids. Any substance which can flow is called fluid. All liquids and gas are the best example for the fluids. For fluids, there is no fixed shape for a fluids. Okay. Next one, density. Density means mass per unit volume is called density. Mass per unit volume is called density. So density equal to here mass by volume. Mass by volume, that is D equal to density is denoted with D letter dm. D equal to here m by v. From this relation here, density is directly proportional to mass and density is inversely proportional to volume. Okay. Next, units. Mass D equal to m by v. Here D equal to m by v. Mass is measured in kilogram. Okay. Volume is measured in meter cube. That means the SI unit of density. The SI unit of density is kg per meter cube. Kg per meter cube. At the same time, the CGS unit of density is gram per cc. Is gram per cc, or we can write cc means here centimeter cube, or we can write gram per centimeter cube. Gram per centimeter cube. Okay. Now relation between SI and CGS unit of density. The relation between SI and CGS unit of density. So here kg per meter cube we can write, convert into grams, 10 power 3 grams by 1 meter cube equal to here 10 power 6 centimeter cube. Okay. 10 power 6 centimeter cube. So here 10 power 3 minus 10 power 6 gram per cc or gram per centimeter cube. We can write that equal to 10 power minus 3 gram per cc. So here 10 power minus 3 we can write 10 power 3 1 by 10 power 3 gram per cc, that equal to 1 by 1000 gram per cc is equal to how much here? 1 kg per meter cube. 1 kg per meter cube equal to 1 by 1000 gram per cc. Okay. At the same time, 1 gram per cc means gram per centimeter cube equal to 1000 kg per meter cube. It is a relation between SI and CGS units of density. Okay, 1 kg per meter cube equal to 1 by 1000 gram per cc. 1 gram per cc equal to 1000 kg per meter cube. 1000 kg per meter cube. Okay. Next one, density of the mixture number. Okay, I will write some constant values. Density of the water. Density of H2O equal to 1000 kg per meter cube in SI. Okay, that is 1 gram per cc in CGS value. It is the density of the water in SI system and CGS system. Next, density of ice equal to 900 kg per meter cube, that equal to 0.9 gram per cc. It is the SI unit of density. Density of ice in SI system. It is the density of ice in CGS system. So here ice density is less than density of the water. That's the ice is floating on the water. That is the reason. Okay. the density of ice is less than density of the water, or density of the water is more than density of the water ice. That's why ice is forced on the water. That is the reason. Okay. Next, density of the mercury. Density of the mercury equal to 13600 kg per meter cube in SI. That equal to 13.6 gram per cc. 13.6 gram per cc. 13.6 gram per cc. Okay. Now density of the mixture. Density of the mixture. If two liquids A and B are the two liquids, here density of the A liquid equal to D1 and the mass of the A equal to M1 and the volume of the first liquid equal to V1. Next, B liquid density equal to D2 and the mass equal to M2 and the volume equal to V2. If these two liquids are mixed together, if these two are mixed together, then density of the mixture is density of the mixture. Density of the mixture equal to D1 plus D2, that equal to M1 plus M2 by V1 plus V2. If two different liquids, its volume is different, its mass are different. Okay, volumes are different and mass are different and densities are different. If these two liquids are mixed together, then density of the mixture equal to D1 plus D2 equal to M1 plus M2 by V1 plus V2. V1 plus V2. It is a density of the mixture. If two liquids are having equal mass, means here M is equal. If two liquids are densities are different, all volumes are different, but mass is equal. If M1 equal to M2 equal to M, if M1 equal to M2 equal to M, then density of the mixture is density of the mixture equal to 2 into D1 D2 by D1 plus D2. It is the density of the mixture if mass is equal. If mass is equal, then density of the mixture M1 equal to M2 equal to M, then density of the mixture equal to 2 into D1 D2 by D1 plus D2. If volumes are equal, then density of the mixture equal to D1 plus D2 by 2. Here volumes are equal, V1 equal to V2 equal to V, then density of the mixture equal to how much here? D1 plus D2 by 2. D1 plus D2 by 2. If masses are equal, then density of the mixture equal to 2 into D1 D2 by D1 plus D2. These three are the equations for the density of the mixture. If two different liquids with different densities, different mass, volumes are different, then density of the mixture equal to D1 plus D2, that equal to M1 plus M2 by V1 plus V2. If mass is equal, M1 equal to M2 equal to M, then density of the mixture equal to 2 into D1 D2 by D1 plus D2. If volumes are equal, V1 equal to V2 equal to V, then density of the mixture equal to D1 plus D2 by 2. D1 plus D2 by 2. Okay, I will explain one problem for each one. If masses are equal, here two different liquids of mass are equal, here M1 equal to M2 equal to are two liquids masses are equal. Okay, and D1 equal to density of the liquid, first one equal to, for example, we can write 10 gram per cc, and D2 equal to 5 gram per cc. Then find the density of the mixture. What is the given condition here? Two liquids of mass are equal, or two substances densities are equal. So here density of the mixture equal to, here mass is equal, so 2 into D1 D2 by d1 plus d2 that equal 2 into d1 10 into d2 5 by d1 plus d2 d1 plus d2 that equal to 10 plus 5. Okay, so density of the mixture equal to how much here? 2 into 10 into 5 by 10 plus 5 15. 5 ones here, 5 threes, that equal to 25 gram per cc. It is the density of the mixture. Density of the mixture. If here two volumes are equal, same problem. Volumes are equal. If volumes are equal, density of the mixture equal to d1 plus d2 by 2. d1 equal to 10. 10 plus 5 by 2 that equal to 15 by 2, that is 7.5 gram per cc. It is the value of density of the mixture. If volumes are equal, if mass are equal, the density of the mixture equal to 25 gram per cc. If volumes are equal, then density of the mixture equal to how much here? 7.5 gram per cc. 7.5 gram per cc. Okay, these are the density of the mixture problems. Practice this type of models. Volumes are equal, if mass are equal, then find the density of the mixture. Next one, relative density. Relative density. So here relative density means density of the substance. Density of the substance by density of the water at 4 degrees Celsius. At 4 degrees Celsius. At 4 degrees Celsius, density of the water is maximum. Density of the water is maximum. Okay, so here 4 degrees Celsius, density of the water is maximum, that is 1000 kg per meter cube in SI, 1 gram per cc in Celsius. Okay, so related density equal density of the substance by density of the water at 4 degrees Celsius. At 4 degrees Celsius, density of the water is maximum, that is 1000 kg per meter cube in SI, 1 gram per cc in Celsius. Okay, for relative density, no units. For relative density, no units. Here density and pressure, these two are the scalar. Density and pressure, these two are scalar quantities. These two are scalar quantities. So relative density equal to density of the substance by density of the water at 4 degrees Celsius. At 4 degrees Celsius, density of the water is maximum, that is 1000 kg per meter cube in SI, 1 gram per cc in Celsius system. Okay, next one, loss of weight equal to apparent weight or loss of weight. Okay, we can write loss of weight or apparent weight. Okay. Okay, Bayes' force Archimedes principle. An object is immersed either partially or completely in a fluid is at rest. The apparent loss of weight is equal to the weight of fluids displaced by it. That is called Archimedes principle. Loss of weight equal to W1 minus W2. Loss of weight is equal to W1 minus W2. Here W1 means weight of the body in air. Weight of the body in air or true weight. So W2 means weight of the body in water, not liquid, water. So here from this we can write relative density of the body, RD of the body equal to W1 by W1 minus 2. relative density of the body equal to W1 by W1 minus 2. So for example here W1 equal to 30 gram force and W2 equal to 20 gram force. Then find the relative density and density of the body. So first we can find RD. So here RD equal to W1 means here 30 by 30 minus 20, that equal to 30 by 10. 0 0 it cancel. Therefore RD equal to 3. Therefore density of the body equal to 3 gram per cc. It is the process to find the relative density of the body. Okay. Next one, relative density of the liquid. Relative density of the liquid. Relative density of the liquid here, that equal to W1 minus W3 by 1 minus 2. So here W1 means true weight or weight of the body, weight of the body in air. Okay. Next one, W2 weight of the body in water. Okay, W3 means weight of the body in liquid, not water here, any liquid. So it is a relative density of the body, sorry, liquid. RD of the body equal to RD of the body equal to W1 by W1 minus W2. RD of the liquid equal to here W1 minus W3 by W1 minus W2. Okay, next one, Pascal's law. You know Pascal's law. In external pressure is applied to an enclosed liquid, it is transmitted equally in all directions. That is called Pascal's law. Okay. Now pressure in liquids or fluids. Pressure equation in the fluids. Okay. Pressure equation in fluids P in fluids. So pressure in fluids equal to P equal to HDG. It is the equation for the pressure in fluids. Next to P equal to F by A. It is also pressure equation in solids. Pressure equation in solids. Okay. Now here pressure in solids P equal to F by A. Pressure in solids depends on two factors. One is force and area cross section. But here pressure in fluids depends on three factors. One is height of the liquid, density of the liquid, and acceleration due to gravity. Pressure in fluids depends on three factors: height, density, and acceleration due to gravity. Pressure in fluids does not depend on area of cross section. Pressure in fluids does not depend on area of cross section. Depends on the height of the liquid, density of the liquid, and acceleration due to gravity. It is a pressure equation. So here P is directly proportional to height of the liquid. Pressure is directly proportional to density of the liquid. Pressure is directly proportional to acceleration due to gravity. At the bottom of the tank, total pressure equal to, it is a fluid, liquid. Okay. Here atmosphere pressure is acting. That is called here total pressure equal to PO plus HDG. Here PO means atmospheric pressure. What is mean by atmospheric pressure? Okay, the pressure exerted by air column. The pressure exerted by air column is called atmospheric pressure. The air exerted by the pressure, that is called atmospheric pressure, that is 1 atm. Indicate, we can write atm is atmospheric pressure, that is equal to 1.03. That is equal to 1 atm is equal to 1.03 into 10 power 5 Newton per meter square. It is the value, or we can write 1.03 into 10 power 5 pascals also. It is a 1 atm value. Okay, the vessel is open, then total pressure acting in the bottom equal to PO plus HDG. Here PO means atmospheric pressure, that is equal to 1.03 into 10 power 5 pascals. If vessel is closed, then total pressure equal to HDG. Only HDG. The vessel is open, then total pressure equal to PO plus HDG at the bottom of the tank. The vessel is closed, then pressure equal to only HDG. Okay, HDG. It is the pressure equation in fluids and solids. Okay, next one. Next one, buoyant force or upthrust. Buoyant force or upthrust. Upthrust or buoyant force. Upthrust. If a body immersed in a fluid, that is considered a vessel, it is filled with liquid. Now, if a body is immersed in a liquid, some amount of force acting on the body in vertically upward direction, that force is called a buoyant force or upthrust. Is it okay? Once again, if a body is immersed in a fluid, it is common experience. Okay, some amount of force acting on the body in vertically upward direction. In vertically upward direction, that force is called buoyant force or upthrust. So buoyant force is acting on vertically upward direction. Weight of the body is acting downward direction. Downward direction. If buoyant force is more, okay, if buoyant force is more, FB is more, so the body floats. If buoyant force is more, means upthrust is more, the body floats. If buoyant force is less compared to, FB is less than weight of the body. Okay, then the body will sink. FB is less than weight, then the body sink. Okay, it is the upthrust. Okay, here upthrust equal to FB equal to weight of the body displaced, that equal to FB equal to weight. FB equal to weight of the body. Upthrust is equal to the weight of the liquid displaced. Weight of the body displaced. Here buoyant force equal to, we can write volume of solids, density of the liquid, and acceleration due to gravity. So here FB equal to, we can write volume of the body displaced into density of the liquid into acceleration due to gravity. So FB equal to volume of solids or body immersed, and D equal to density of the liquid, and G equal to acceleration due to gravity. From this relation we can write upthrust equal to weight of the liquid displaced by the submerged part of the body. Submerged part of the body. So it is the syllabus for the FA2 work, power, energy, work, power and energy, and the second one is fluid pressure. Okay, and prepare well. All the best. Thank you.